Preston railway station in England. 1 out of 5 passengers that is using this railway station is making a change here from one train to another train. Just like me. You find many long distance trains from and to here. I arrived here with a long distance train from Scotland and I continue my way on board of a regional Northern service. Even though the main focus for this channel is long distance and or cross-bordering traveling by more sustainable ways of transportation, I have a good reason to cover this service as well. I'll show you why in the video. Join me on board of this Northern regional service that actually just came in. I'll take it to Bradford Junction, but it continues to York, and it started in Blackpool. I'll be taking it from between Preston and Bradford Interchange. Looks a bit busy. A lot of people getting out. Anyway, for now, let's get this video on the track and let's go to that train. I arrived at the railway station of Preston by train. From and to here you will find long distance trains that are being operated by the TransPennine Express, that's the one I took. Avanti West Coast was also the company that's managing this railway station, and the Caledonian Sleeper. And there are lots of regional trains, and those trains are being operated by Nothern. We'll also take a Northern service from here. About 1 out of the 5 railway passengers that is entering or leaving a train at Preston is making an interchange, so it's a real interchange railway station. At the front, or at least near the main entrance, there's a taxi stand. Nearby there are several bus stops, and also a pick up and drop off zone for railway passengers by car can be found here. At the moment I recorded this, I didn't have that much time to visit Preston. Do you know if it's worth visiting? Let me know in the comments. If we move back to the railway station again, we get out at this area over here. At the side there are some vending machines where you can buy train tickets, and opposite from here you find staffed ticket counters. If we move on a little bit, we get out at the central platform. Over here you find most shops. There is this big platform in the middle, and at both sides you find several other platforms. When it comes to accessibility, to the main central platform you will find this ramp over here, what is quite easy. But if you want to move to the other platforms and you need an elevator, you will find this a little bit at the other side of this platform. So if we move to the back from where we are right now, over there's an underground passage, and near that underground passage you will also find elevators. At the point that I just passed, you also find an overground passage. I will go back to there in a bit. The main platform, that's more or less in the middle of the station, is a bit wider. What is perfect because, well, if people move from and to the underground passage at the back of the railway station, this is a bit easier obviously. Apart from the elevators, there's also a ramp to the underground passage. Near here, I also noticed a special departure screen for the Caledonian Sleeper. That's the sleeper train between Scotland and London. Toilets and some more waiting rooms where you can wait warm inside, at least if it will be winter, or located at the platform that hosts the tracks 3 and 4 as well. And even though this is not a huge station, maps of the station can be found at several spots within this railway station. Closer to the point where I entered the railway station from, you also find an overground passage. From here you have a good view on the railroad tracks. And even though architectural wise I think this is a nice railway station, especially when I'm at the main concourse and at the front entrance. At the other side of the railway station, it looks more like a grain silo, at least the exterior. What are your opinions about this? Let me know in the comments. Well, I think you have an impression of this railway station. For now, I think it's about time to go to my train for today. No, it's not this one. I hope you like this video so far, or if it's a helpful video to you. If so, please give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate that. If you like to see more trip reports about more sustainable ways of transportation, the main focus for this channel is cross-bordering and or long distance traveling, mainly by train, but to show you what it's like to travel on a more sustainable way of transportation. If you'd like to see more, then hit that subscribe button if you haven't done this already. And this here is my train that actually just came in when I recorded the previous part of the video. Anyway, for this northern service, we'll be using a British rail class 195. This train has been made by the Spanish train manufacturer CAF and is a part of the CAF Civity brands. These trains have been constructed between 2017 and 2020 at the Spanish town of Irún, and some other train sets have been constructed in Wales, in Newport to be exactly. These trains come in one class only. At the moment you enter the trains, at the side of the doors it has been clearly marked what seat numbers can be found where. LED screens at the side, the front and at the back do host some basic route information. Seats can't be reserved. However, the carriage numbers have been mentioned as well, and just like anywhere in the UK, this has been done with letters. These trains are rather simple commuter trains, but they're definitely good enough to serve the job that they need to do. And what I haven't mentioned yet, these are diesel-powered trains. In the UK there's still a big portion of the railroad lines that are not electrified. At the moment I entered the train, we actually started moving straight away. At the vestibules, you find some maps that will indicate what facilities can be found where, basically a seat map. It was rather busy during my trip, but at least there were enough seats available. There's a bigger accessible toilet that I'll show you in a bit. Like I mentioned before, these trains do come in one class only, what is standard class, or second class. There are 2 seats on both sides of the aisles, and there are clear screens near the vestibules at the end of the open compartments that will host route information. Wi-Fi is available, although I didn't test it out. Now let's do a review of the airline style seats. There's a small but sturdy fold-out table in the seat in front of you, and the leg room is very reasonable. I have to add up to this, I'm pretty tall. Below the luggage racks there are some displays that can host potentially reservation information about seat reservations, although as far as I noticed, seats can't be reserved here. A British 3-pin power socket is located between the seats. At the moment the seats do face each other, there's a big and sturdy table between the seats. What's actually really nice. I didn't test those seats out though. As far as I noticed, there's only one toilet on board of this train, and this toilet is also an accessible toilet. And of course, no train tour is complete without showing you the toilet that's located right next to the accessible area on board of this train. Well, this is the toilet. Actually, nothing special. Most importantly, it's clean. At least during my ride. And the reason why I decided to cover this train in a trip report, even though it's not a long distance and let alone an international train, what is after all the main focus for this channel is actually simple, because northern trains are serving a big part of North England. I found some online statements saying that the northern service trains are serving most UK railway stations. I couldn't confirm this though with real numbers, but well, it might be true because they are serving a really big part of Northern England. Apart from that, and that's actually what made me really want to make a trip report on this, I was really positively surprised by the views from the train, even though I did not put it that well on camera and the weather wasn't that great. If you're traveling from east to west in the north of England, it's actually really nice.
Starlit night we board the train, Blackpool streams meet coastal rain, through Preston's heart and fields so plain, to Bradford's touch we all remain. Northern service hums its call, wails of wonder through it all, from seaside breeze to city wall, ride the line and let it fall. Clocks in Preston mark our quest, dusty tracks we've travelled west, engines roar with iron zest, York awaits us as a guest. Northern service hums its call, rails of wonder through it all, from seaside breeze to city wall, ride the line and let it fall. Whistles echo through the night, Stars above and glowing light, journey's end is just in sight. York's embrace feels just right. Every stop, a story found, faces new, our hearts unbound. Silent tracks, the only sound, north we roam to common ground. In Preston mark our quest, dusty tracks we've travelled west. Engines roar with iron zest, York awaits us as a guest. Clocks in Preston mark our quest.
I hope you liked this video, or this has been a helpful video to you. If so, please give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate that. It helps to influence the algorithm of YouTube and higher rank these videos and convince more people about a more sustainable way of transportation, because this is where this channel is about, to show you what it's like to travel on a more sustainable way of transportation, mainly for long distances and or cross-bordering traveling. Once again, if you liked it or it has been helpful to you, please give me a thumbs up, and if you like to see more, then hit that subscribe button if you haven't done this already. You can also find me on the socials, they will pop up on the top right of the screen now as well. Before we really end up this video, one last thing. Once again, thank you for watching. If you are interested in other videos, of course you can find them on this channel. And something else you find in the description of this video on YouTube is a link to a map. And on this map you can find all videos as well. But then on a map. See you on the next video.